What up, world? It's your boy Mark Walter Ward, Super Facts Show, Super Facts Network. Today we got with us singer, songwriter, overall talented musician, Katherine Swain. How you doing today?
I'm great. Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
Oh, no doubt, no doubt. So your new record changes with Rhymrcka is doing pretty good, huh?
Yeah, we're having great response so far. So it's really exciting. We worked on it back in May, so it's been a little bit of time before it got out. So I'm just excited that everyone can hear it now.
What advice would you give to? I mean, I guess it doesn't even gotta be a young lady. Anybody going through the same issues that the protagonist of Changes is going through?
Um, I would tell them to remember your self-worth. Remember who you are, and there's plenty of fish out in the sea.
Yeah, true indeed. And they're always making more too, right?
That's right.
So I definitely liked how you sounded with a rapper on your song.
Yeah.
Just out of curiosity, if you had like an unlimited budget, all that good stuff, what percentage of if you had a full length album, what percentage of songs would you put a rapper on?
I mean, I love I grew up with the whole like R&B rapper duet combo scenario, so I really love that. Um I I would love to have a lot of songs with featured rappers for sure. I think it's a whole vibe, and there's so many elements and things that you can do different with a song that way. And I really haven't heard a song that had an R&B singer and a rapper on it that I didn't like. So I'm all for it for sure.
Man, I'm so glad you said that because one of my questions was is well, what are some of your favorite rapper verses from R&B songs? Like me, I like AZ on Monifa. Um, I mean, there's so many. I'm sure that it doesn't.
Yeah, there's so many. Like really anything with like Ja Rule and Ashanti from back in the day for sure. Um, I really love Alicia Keys did a song with Miguel, but then they also did a remix that featured 21 Savage. So I really love that song for sure. I can't really think of anyone specific just because there's so many that I really love. J Lo and LL Cool J back in the day. That song was amazing.
That is a
So
strong
yeah,
one.
yeah, for sure.
The you the I don't want to get wrong. What's the name of the record company you're on?
Um, I'm distributed through Humac Distribution, and then the producer I work with, Phantom of the Beat, Haj G of the UMCs, has a label called Fantom Music.
Phantom Music. There you go.
Yeah.
So when did you become aware of either Has G or Phantom of the Beat as a musician?
I became aware of him when I talked to him the first time, and everything was over phone. So, like, we met through a mutual connection, a DJ that I work with out of Columbus, Ohio, DJ Kid Magic. He used to scratch for the UMCs back in the day, so that's how I made the connection with Haas. And then we had a conversation after I sent some demos to Haas. And that's kind of when I just found out, who he was. And then from there, I just kind of have done my own thing as far as looking back at the UMCs and all that history and trying to do my homework for sure.
Oh, so you weren't familiar with any of it?
No, I was not.
Well, I mean, I know you were familiar with some of his production.
Yeah, for
Like
sure,
I know
for
you
sure.
had to heard Magic Stick if nothing else.
Right. Yes, yes, of course. I just didn't know who the producer was for it, So I definitely learned that later on.
Oh, I ain't gonna front. I didn't either. I learned it later
Yeah,
on too.
yeah, yeah.
It ain't late. It ain't late if it's or what they say is it's not old if it's new to you, right?
Right, right. That's exactly right.
I don't usually ask this a lot, but I'm kind of because I think it's too cliche. But you're intriguing. What do you listen to? And I
Um,
know it's not no like you're not gonna be like I listen to Spice Girls or nothing else. Like
no,
like me if I
I
had to describe it, it's like 80% rap, like classic rock and like 20% classic rock and like old
okay,
soul music with about 5% funk. Something like
okay.
that.
I listen to majority of what I listen to is something I can sing. If I can't sing to it, I probably am not going to listen to it unless somebody else is listening to it around me. So I would say it's probably 80% R&B slash I'm gonna throw some pop in there. Um, and then like 10% rap, 5% classic rock, and a little old soul in there too.
Yeah, that old soul. I mean, got to listen to some on Sunday morning. That's like the cleanup music.
Right.
And then like that's how I try to teach my kids some of the classics.
Yeah. Yeah, it's important.
I don't know. It seems like some of a tradition. Like mad people I know's family would like put on some Motown and clean up on Sundays.
Hmm.
Like before the NFL after church.
Right.
Because I guess the Motown would never hit nothing inappropriate. We was already in like the like the color me bad, I want to sex you up era, and you ain't gonna play that after church. But
No.
that stuff be tame as hell now.
Right, right.
What's a artist you discovered recently that you really like?
Um, I would say like within the past year, probably Pink Sweats. I really like him. Giveon, probably within the last year or so. He's has a beautiful voice, and I really like his music.
He does.
Um, really like I hate to say this, but Jasmine Sullivan, I only found out when her new album Hotels came out. So that's kind
Ah,
of a newer artist, as amazing as she is and as obsessed as I am very quickly. She's kind of newer for me. So, I'm happy found her for sure.
hey, she was still popping in the mixtape era, and a lot of that mixtape stuff didn't cross over. I'll send you a couple links. She made some mixtapes that was
Cool.
as good as albums, but that never cleared the samples or anything, so they're not on Spotify or nothing. But
Yeah, that'd
they
be
should still be on
awesome.
like that piff. But yeah, yeah, definitely. But what about Katherine Swain though? My only complaint about your music, at least from your Spotify, is that there's not more of it.
Yes, I'm kind of newer to the scene. I've only been putting music out now for like the last year and a half to 2 years, maybe at the most. So like I've always sang my entire life, but I just kind of stopped working on music throughout my 20s. I was kind of concentrating on other aspects in life, and then I just decided that I wanted to start working on music again. So a couple years ago, I wrote some demos and, like I said, sent them to Haas, and we've kind of just been working together and doing our thing since. So the goal is obviously to get a lot more music out.
Definitely. So in the 20s, did you ever have a job that involved music?
No, I've really never had a job that involved music. I've like ever since I was pretty young, like 18, 19 years old, have always worked in the healthcare field. I still do that till, to today. So I've never had a job doing anything other than healthcare, which is kind of weird. So
Man, have you done shows yet?
I've done one show. I had a show back in August. Who Mag Distribution put on Distro Fest outside of Philly. So I got to go sing Make Up Your Mind, my first single for that, which was super exciting because I've never sang my own music before. So that was the first time I got to sing my own song. And yeah, it was great. It was a great learning experience for sure.
Man, that's mad different than healthcare, I imagine.
Yeah, it's very different. I used to perform a ton back at, like in high school and stuff when I was really delved into music heavy back then. So, I still kind of have some experience from that, but it was definitely a little nerve-wracking to be back on stage.
What was some of your takeaways? Like I don't know, did you
Um,
come out of it like with something like I gotta do this next time or just
yeah,
anything?
yeah, I just, as much as I prepare, I always feel like I can prepare a little bit more. So definitely just kind of prepare a little bit more, be easier on my voice a little bit more leading up to. That's important. Vocal rest is very important, and I sometimes have a hard time with that because I really love to sing. Um, and just being more comfortable on stage. I've never had a really heavy stage presence, so that's something that I definitely just need to work on as an artist in general.
I mean, one
And
one one show, like
yeah, I know, but
don't beat yourself up about it.
yeah, we're our biggest critics for sure. So there's a lot of good stuff I took from it that I can definitely take hopefully to my next performance and kick it up a notch. So we'll see.
So when you're not doing healthcare and working on your music, what do you do to enjoy yourself, I guess?
I actually live in northern Ohio. I live kind of in the middle of nowhere on a little farm, so that takes up a lot of my time. I don't have any farm animals yet, but I'm hoping to eventually. And I do have a lot of other animals, so they take up a lot of time. And I just am heavily involved with like my family and my friends. I love spending time with them. I don't live far from my parents, and I travel back home a lot to visit my friends and my family back in Indiana. So a lot of my spare time is taken up with that for sure. And I live super close to Lake Erie, so I love to go to the beach anytime that I can.
I bet. So
Yeah.
what is the day-to-day responsibilities of the farm look like for you?
Not too much really. Like we have a bunch of barns and stuff. I don't have any animals really filled up yet. I would love to get, chickens and a horse eventually and all that fun stuff. So like right now we just try and take care of the property. It's a lot of yard work. And I have like three dogs and multiple cats, so trying to take care of them every day and spend time with them for sure. I'm a big animal lover, so anytime I'm hanging out with some animals, I'm always happy for sure.
So you just support life,
Yeah,
animals, humans.
yes, of course, of course. Life is beautiful.
It is, it is. So I know that obviously you're gonna continue working the new record, but when you're done with that, what's the next thing we can expect from you? A video, another song, a project?
Yeah, so we're hoping to shoot a video for Changes within the next couple weeks. So that's super exciting. I can't wait to get back to New York. I absolutely love it. So I'm really excited for that and just being able to be super creative and, come up with the ideas I've been brainstorming the last couple months. So that's going to be exciting and that'll be something to look out for. I always have like an EP or an album in the back of my mind, but I have a lot more work to do before that happens. So I just need to keep working. I need to get to the studio, as much as I can. Sometimes life gets busy and I'm not there as much as I would like to, or I just kind of go and um, go, I'll go for a chunk of time often and then not go for a while. So I need to spend more time in the studio for sure.
Do you have any plans on making a home studio? All that
I'm
space and barns and stuff.
Yeah, I know. We do have the space for it. That would be super cool. Maybe down the road, but I don't live that far from Columbus. It's like maybe an hour and a half. So I don't mind shooting down there and seeing DJ Magic at all. So I don't mind that.
What is DJ Magic known for in Ohio?
He is just a successful DJ. He's had in a recording studio in Columbus, Ohio for years. I don't even know how many years, for years and years and years. So he's always got people in there that he's working with and recording. And I mean, I think
So he's
everybody in
like a
Columbus.
scene guy.
Yeah, and I think everybody in Columbus probably knows who he
And I
is
mean
for
that
sure.
in a good way, like people
Yeah,
like that are necessary for a scene as
right,
opposed to like,
right.
hanger-ons of the scene.
Yes, for sure. Yeah. I mean, he's great. He's always been incredibly supportive of me, and I've known him since I was like 18 years old. He's the first studio I've ever recorded in, and I still record, with him today. So it's really special. And yeah, like even when I fell off with music for I mean like 10 9 10 years, he would always hit me up and just, ask how I'm doing and make sure, I knew that I had potential and I had a talent. So he's great. He's always been there for me.
Is there a lot of venues for upcoming artists in Columbus?
I don't really know a whole lot. I think though between because I'm really not far from Cleveland either. I think between the two there probably is quite a bit. I just need to do a little bit more research when it comes to the performing aspect. I haven't set up a lot of that yet, and it's kind of the next thing that I really need to delve into. So, um, yeah, I need to look into it a little bit more about what's out there for sure.
You like high school basketball since you're from Indiana?
I mean, I'm not a giant high school basketball fan. I like my high school basketball because, you're always representing your school. But
Well, I mean,
um
isn't that all y'all supposed to like? Like you can't like
yes.
two high schools if you're a Hoosier.
Yeah, yeah. Indiana's all about their basketball.
Is it still big like that? Because I
Yeah.
don't know. I kind of felt like maybe with cell phones and all that, it might have went down a little bit. Like I noticed it just seems like it's less high school kids going to sports in general.
Right. No, I follow a lot of people from my hometown and I think it's still pretty big. I
Good.
think sports in general is big, and I come from a really tiny community in Indiana. And if you come from a small town, you kind of know what the community is like. It's incredibly supportive, and everyone's always just kind of there for each other. So, our like the little league baseball made it to nationals this year, so that was like a really big
Right.
thing, and everyone had a great time with it for sure. So it's definitely sports in general, but definitely basketball too is still really big in Indiana.
And no pun intended, but that's not a little thing. Making it to the little league nationals is like a huge deal. Like if you're
No, they were
like
like
if you're
on.
a kid, you can be proud of that when you're an adult. Like my little
Yeah,
league team made it to nationals back. That's something worthy.
They were on ESPN and a bunch of stuff. It was super cool.
That's what's up. Shout out to them. Shit,
Right.
you can be next to be on ESPN.
You never know.
Uh, Musicians are on ESPN all the time. It only
Right.
takes one song and your whole world's different in less than 2 weeks, right?
Yeah, it's crazy. That's very true.
I mean, it definitely can happen that fast. I mean, it take years, but it happen when it happens. It can happen fast.
Right. Once it hits, you're going off for sure.
And then finally, like I said, I just find you intriguing. You're not. I don't know. You just got somewhat of a different demeanor than a lot of the people. I should. You have a different set of life experiences.
Yes, I do for sure. For
Yeah.
sure. I'm not 18 years old coming out the gate. So
I mean,
yeah,
a lot of
it's
people ain't from real little towns either.
no, yeah, they're definitely from the city for sure. Yeah, I just, I've always said,
Or they from a little town. They lie that they say they from some city.
well, I'm not gonna lie. I'll represent my little town till the day I die for sure.
Yeah, why not? I never understood why people be ashamed of that.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I guess if you don't know the experience of it, then you don't know what you're missing out on. But I don't know. Like I had a great experience growing up in my small town. Like I said, it's a very tight knit community. Everyone is always there for each other, supportive of each other. Just like everywhere else, it can be super cliquey and dramatic, but that's anywhere you go. So
Or you might like not live next to somebody for 5 years and never talk to them.
yeah, yeah, that's right.
I mean, yeah,
Yep,
trust me, that's a lot of city living there. I don't have mad neighbors. I never knew what their name was.
that's crazy. Yeah.
Yeah, see, that's crazy to you, but like you live up in DC or something, that's like normal. Like if you try to get to know your neighbors, they think you crazy.
Yeah, no, I mean, and like I've been to cities and stuff like visiting, but when I've gone to New
Oh
York
yeah, I don't think
twice.
you know hick or nothing. You know what I'm saying? Like,
No, and I've gone to like New York twice now, and it's fun. I love the differences. I love how different stuff is. Like I'm used to walking down the street and smiling at everyone and maybe saying hi, how are you? Like you don't do that when you're in New York. So I had to learn that real quick for sure.
yeah, and then like being in New York's nice, but I imagine after a while you be longing for all that space you have out there.
Yeah, like I love both worlds for sure. I there's great things about both. So I love being in the city and I love working on music and doing my thing when I'm there. But I also love just kind of having privacy and peace, out in the middle of nowhere.
It's pretty when the sunrise, huh?
Oh, it's gorgeous. Yeah, it's beautiful.
I heard that. Well, well, I ain't getting you. I was about to say Miss Swain, Mrs. Swain. I don't know. With Katherine Swain, thank you so much for
Yes.
your time this evening.
Thank
Before we
you.
leave, what's your socials and what's the best place for the the good music listeners to interact with you?
Yeah, so you can find Changes, my newest single, on all streaming platforms, and you can follow me on Instagram at the K Swain. You can find me on Facebook and YouTube under Katherine Swain.
That's what's up. Well, again, thank you so much and congratulations on making such a good song. And I look forward to hearing more.
Thank you. I appreciate it so much. Thanks for having me.
Anytime, and you have a good night.
Thanks. You too. Happy Thanksgiving.
You too.
Thanks. Bye.
Welcome to the Super Facts Show on the Super Facts Network. I just appreciate you listening. So I'm not going to ask you to follow me on Instagram at Mark Waldo Ward. I'm not going to ask you to rate and review the show. I'm not going to ask you to subscribe to it. Thank you for your time.